Hello my friends, welcome back. This time I will continue to show you figures that I have in my collection, but they are not new releases, and with the final piece of this set I came back to you for this Star Wars review, the original bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back, Dengar, IG-88, Boba Fett, Bosk, Forlom, and Sukus. The infamous six hired by Lord Vader to chase Luke Skywalker and his friends. On my shelf they are displayed in the order they first appeared on the iconic scene from episode 5, and it will be the order that I will review them from left to right. Please, a kindly reminder, leave a like if you enjoy this kind of content and subscribe to my channel if you really like what I'm doing here. More will be coming. Let's start with Dengar, which is from the archive wave. The sculpture of the figure looks very nice. The best part of him is the paint application on the face, looks great. I really like the paint and the scars, though is a little bloodier than it should, but I guess the battle is fresh. On the other hand, the paint used on the body is minimal, almost insignificant paint application. There isn't too much going on in that matter, and just a little bit of armor weathering, but not enough. The articulation is great. The head can rotate 360 without any issue, but trying to make him look down or up is, well, impossible. The torso articulation can rotate very nice, but is limited in the pivot, can go a little back, but forward is unnoticeable or nothing at all. The arms have good articulation, is pinless joint on the elbows, and the sculpt doesn't hinder the articulation, and he can touch his face pretty well. Okay, it's double jointed with pins at the knees and can swivel his ankles. In the accessories department includes his DL-21 blaster and a DLT-19 rifle, and these last have been used since the beginning of the line with other figures, especially with Sandstrooper, but in this case it is a little disappointed that doesn't have any paint application. Looks very simple and kind of cheap. The pistol as well doesn't have any drop of paint, but it includes a cool backpack. I really like it, though, when you put it on the figure like in this, like this, and the figure, well, kinda lost some stability, so it's necessary to spend a little more time trying to maintain the figure standing. Overall, once you get him set up, looks fantastic. Next in line is IG-88. I got a loose, so I'm not sure if it's the original or is the archive release, but I imagine it's the second. The mold is pretty good, a lot of detail with the pipes around the body, the wires on the legs, and on the elbows should have a pair of pads, but it's known that break easily. This kind of soft plastic is just break well on time, and that doesn't annoy me too much because it doesn't ruin the aspect of the figure of the character. And now the colors of the figure is too clear, and I believe it should be a little bit darker, and the only paint application on the figure are these gold accents around the body, the legs, and that's all. from the paint application in the figure. It doesn't look bad, but well, maybe a little bit darker will help. From my bounty hunter set, this is maybe the worst to maintain standing due to the weakness of the ankles. It just became easily too loose. So well, is a pain to maintain standing. In the accessories department, it includes 3 weapons: the E11 blaster that goes for his right hand. We can see that he have some pegs. Hope we can see. Well, he has some 2 pegs for the right hand. And for the DLT-20A rifle, it has only 1 peg, so it's impossible to interchange the weapons. And the knife, the vibro knife, I don't know where it goes. I guess it goes in the head. Well, but I do prefer it to go in the holster, which has some paint detail with these silvering things around. I really like it, and I prefer it to display him with a knife on the back. And about the articulation of the figure, I really like it. Well, it's very limited, but that is due to the character. Is a droid, we cannot ask him too much in that, but we can rotate the head just fine. The arms just rotate very good, just sufficient. Single joint on the elbows, and have and that's all in that matter. On the chest is incredible. This is the best to look down, just like that, and up as well. Oops, fell his weapon. And well, let's try to put it right back. And sadly, are the legs the weakest point, because of the wires. It limited a lot of the articulation, so we must be very careful to handle this articulation. But it's really not necessary, because at least in my display, in my shelf, he's just a standard like that. Though the problems I found with it, I'm very happy to have it in my collection. It adds to the variety of my bounty hunters, and I really like the figure. Just to account to. Now, one of the most iconic Star Wars characters, surrounded by mystery and badness, left a big impression in his first live-action appearance in Empire Strikes Back, reminding that wasn't his first introduction into the Star Wars universe. Here comes Boba Fett, the bounty hunter for excellency, starring almost as the background character in the movies. His origin story is tied to one of the most important events in the galaxy far, far away, the Clone Wars. Boba Fett has been part from the start in the Black Series, is the 6th figure of the entire line, and after 10 years of releases is still a great figure to get. Hasbro is fantastic at replicating soldiers and aliens likeness, and the Son of Django is one of them. The figure includes a couple of blasters, the EE3 carbine rifle ESB version, very nice, and the Sacros K11 pistol. Also includes his jetpack. The missile is not detachable though, and have some paint detail. His EE3 looks better in that department of paint application, especially in this part. But the K11 looks very plain with no paint application whatsoever. I think this part is a separate part of the mold. Maybe it is. Well, I don't know. The best part, of course, is the figure itself, with great detail on the sculpture, very nice paint application, with all the battle hardened in his armor, all the dents, of course, in the helmet. Very nice. In the back, we can see all these paint application, and of course, in the bottom of his pants, some wash and watering to be this warrior, this bounty hunter. And noticing that includes a soft good cape scarf, the more new Boba Fett from the Return of the Jedi is just soft plastic, and this is soft good, very good in that matter. Well, at this point in time, maybe it's the articulation where it's hurt the most, and it has great articulation on the head. He can look up the weight, up down, up there, not too much down. He can rotate perfectly. 360. The arms, of course, can rotate 360. It has single joint articulation on the elbows, pinless, and on the right hand, the right arm he have this wire, plastic wire. I'm afraid that eventually it will break, so I need to be very careful. In the torso, doesn't have a lot of movement, just maybe at the rotation. He can rotate very nice, and goes back that much, but not forward too much. Well, are the legs the ones that are the most hard in the articulation department because of this pair of backs that have in the front, and we cannot lift the legs very right, and it's a little annoying. Maybe if we can force it, we can put it, but perhaps it will damage the plastic. But well, overall, it's a great figure. If you can grab him, you can have a very good Boba Fett. If you love the character, it's a little outdated in the articulations, but it's a great figure. I really like it. Of course, the colors from The Empire Strikes Back say this all, and well, I really like it to be in my collection. After a long hunting, I was finally able to add Bossk to my collection. He was the last one to be for my bounty hunter from Empire Strikes Back. Gladly I could grab him at a very good price, though it was loose, and I think it is from the archive release. I have the option to get him sealed, but well, I just wanted the figure. The mold is nice, very great detail on the sculpture, the wrinkles in the suit, and all these tubes or wires, the straps, very nice, and a lot of detail in the figure, especially in the scales, very nice in the sculpture of the head. I really like it, and very menacing. He can move his mouth, but it's not articulated. He cannot set the mouth in a position, but it's just anything. Well, in the paint application, it has not too much going on in the suit, just some details, some red hairs, but the better part is the wash applied to the scales and the head sculpt, because it enhances that work in the of the figure. Now let's talk about a little bit of the articulations, and well, is just a disaster in this upper part of the body. He can't rotate at all, just a little bit in the diaphragm, and it's impossible to make him bend. Just it's impossible. In the head, he can rotate, he can turn, but he can go up, he can go down. It's very sad. And he of course can rotate his arms, have single joint articulation in the elbows, pinless. The arms are too long, but is due to the species. I believe this is a Trandoshan. And well, the very part of the articulations comes in the legs. He can lift very nice. So we must be very careful because it's very fragile. I break this strap recently while I was trying to work on the review, but well, I just put it some super glue, but it's very you need to be very careful to handle the figure. The only accessories he came with is his grenade launcher with like V10. That, by the way, looks very dull. It's very soft, just bent in that point, and is well, it includes a strap, and well, it doesn't have a lot of detail. It doesn't come with any paint applications. Just looks very cheap. And it's a pain to try to pose it with it, because the fingers of the figure are too short, and the forearm is just too long. It's just annoying to trying to make him hold his weapon, and of course trying to make a attack position is just almost impossible, because oddly Hasbro decided to make this hand, the right hand, just straight out, so he can't grab his weapon correctly. It's very sad. I'm very sad in that department. And well, even though I will just display in an idle position, just like in the movie, in the scene. And well, those have more issues that I would want, but I really like the colors, the designs. It adds to the variety of the bounty hunters, and I hope that Hasbro make a retool for the character, or maybe Mayfix manufacture sooner his own version, given the fact that in the past Comic Con they announced a Forlom figure. Still, I really like the figure. Yes. The Killer Protocol droid Forlom is basically a C-3PO. The only difference is the sculpt on the chest and have a different design, and it's noticeable that is just this part, because we can see this line. Hope you can notice, and it's not the same mold at the back, so they just assemble this part in the front, The rest is just exactly like a C-3PO, and the head, of course, is just different. Is based on the species of his partner Sucus inside the guns, and I really like the matte black finish. The figure, though, in the promotional photos or of the character in the movie have some rust in the body. If it doesn't, I am very tempted to modify it, but well, maybe I just leave it that way. It has some silverish dew around the body, silverish paint, and well, it's very nice. And the head moves very nice, especially down. Well, very nice. And well, it's a C-3PO basically, so there is not a lot of movement, and we cannot ask him to do much in that sense. Just do his job. The only accessory it came with is the rehashed DLT 19 rifle with no paint detail whatsoever. This figure is part of the 2-pack Bounty Hunters 40th Anniversary Edition of Empire Strikes Back. I really love the box. We can see the two figures that came in this box is a little damaged in mine. We have the 40th Empire Strikes Back packaging. We have Sucus. We in the moment we are gonna talk about him, and Forlom. Of course, the names on the card box are interchanged because it's an Easter egg from the Kenner line, and he is Sucus and he is Forlom, but in the Kenner releases, well, they commit that error, but Hasbro decided to keep it that way. And finally, let's talk about Sucus. I really like the figure. And finally, let's talk about Sucus. I really like the figure. The soft goods are nice, very good. Though the color is not movie accurate, like the very first release of this figure. And given the fact that this line is an homage to the Kenner line, as I previously said, I think the choosing of the color is due to resemble that release. The sculpture of the head is great, and the wash is nicely enhanced. The wrinkles and all these things of this species is just very, very nice. Though it doesn't have any paint applications in the body, it has. Let's talk about the articulation. It came with double joint on the elbows, but are pinless. Well, sorry, are pin with pins. It has very, very nice articulation. It can rotate his torso that much, and maybe this part armor, I don't know what it is, make him a little bit bulkier, but it's not that case. It's a very thinner figure, especially on the legs. It has double jointed on the knees, pin with penis, and well, it's a very nice figure. And with his weapon, we can pose him in a very nice attack position. I really like this pair of figures. The box set they came in. I really love it. I was hoping to grab it. I grabbed them at a very good price, fortunately. And well, that's all from the Bounty Hunters. And there we have it, my Star Wars Bounty Hunters collection. I really love how they look together, add so much flavor to my shelf with the diversity of designs. and it was one of my first objectives when I start to take seriously my Black Series collection. Once again, thank you very much, and even more if you made it until this part of the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel. May the force be with you always, and keep collecting.